The day of the first BE is finally upon us. I did just add in, the week before we went to the BE at Solihull, we had a final tune-up cross-country because I feel like I need to do so much more cross-country in order to ride it well and be confident. So we had a final tune-up cross-country with Katie Williams. We went to a clinic, me, Tash and Nikki. I popped in the footage of that, and then you can enjoy the fruits of our first event, which is exciting. These were just a few warm-up fences to actually get us into cross-country mode, because I was a bit stuffy because I hadn't really gone like cross-country on grass for a couple of weeks. So I was a bit show jumpery really. So I had to remember to take the handbrake off.
So, and at one point it suddenly looked a bit open. But then the way you came to the last one I thought was spot on. Good.
Trying to be less handsy and just keep the forward momentum, because I'm definitely not the bravest of cross-country riders, so I really do have to work on it. Trying to let him go, give him a bit of an open gallop up here. Oh, I've been lost.
Balance.
I went back. Took a stride out of that one. That was I should have gathered him up a little bit more on that.
Not fast, like yeah, no, this side I really liked your last night. Amazing. I felt like I did a little bit of a chicken impression from the last one. Lovely. Good. On your head, look where you want to get to. Eyes up over the top. Rhythm, 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 rhythm. Squeeze. Good.
This is like our first question, which was on a little bit of a curve.
Good, well done, Michelle.
We worked on a couple more things on a bit of a curve as well, because I am not always the best at keeping straight, and my lines are sometimes a bit wild. But big jump to skinny jump and skinny to corner, and as long as I was riding positively, then we did them both really well.
Yeah, very good, well done.
And then and then I come around and I didn't collect up enough for this, and I think he takes a little bit of a flyer at it.
Eyes up over the top.
Yeah. Love it. And then we were doing like varying terrains, so up and down hills. You got to keep the power up the hill and not hold on to the front too much. So we were working on that, like getting the canter back, collecting it enough with the power, and then, you know, you've got to commit to the jump. I'm fanning around here thinking I should probably change leg, and I'm really half-hearted about it, and then I didn't ask him the right way anyway, so we went off on the wrong leg anyway. So that was what that little bit was about. So up and over, down, keep the balance, over the fence, and then we basically swung back round, which is why I've gone out a bit, because I didn't want to do a literal turn on a sixpence, because although the ground was really good, this was still when it was quite wet. Wayfarer did do a fabulous job on the ground. I came up here and I was at the bottom, and it's quite big on top of that hill, and I just gave him a big old kick and he took off, and I was like, oh. And then coming back down over jumps, you want the compressed canter, so you don't want too much speed.
So you have to bring them back to show jump canter and just keep the balance. Up and over, down like a pro.
At the top one more time. You tighten that down the arm.
Katie made me do the
I wanted to go and do that line
one on top of the hill
because that's why he was a bit green over
just because I got a bit tight in the elbow, and she said that's probably why he took the big one. So we go and do it again, and actually not quite as much of a flyer on this time. That was definitely better, and he came off the step better as well.
Okay, Nikki. Yeah, really.
And then a little play in the water, just like popping over these couple of little ones so you can keep the confidence and the momentum in the water. Another arrowhead skinnier thing. Background over a log into the water, and then this next jump coming out always jumps a little bit weird because it's on the top of a lip and it's just a little bit of an odd one. Then we come back round, go over a log into the water again. So just playing, getting them in the water, in and out. And then we jump up over a step, and the step has water on top of it. So he was really reluctant to go up there because he didn't understand where there was water, not where water should be. So that's why that one was a little bit weird. And then Katie tested us to come down this double of log piles and then back out over the step. I compressed him a little bit too much, so bless him, he was a little bit far off the second one. And then still didn't want to go over the water on top of the step. And then turned him straight round, went step, water, double of log piles. But I was riding much more positively because I needed to keep the canter in the water. So we jumped out of it a lot better.
Let it go, let it go. And a leg, all right, leg and leg.
So made the distance perfectly. And then Katie made us come round and do it again to see if we could get that flow through this way. And this was definitely ridden more positively and smoother, which I was really proud of. It is the evening of the night before Solihull, and we have come up to Solihull to walk the course because my times are really early and I'm not going to have time to walk the course in between my dressage and my show jumping. And I'm attached. I'm not going to have time to walk the course before my wrapped up by the dog. Not going to have time to walk the course before my dressage either. So we've come up to walk it now. It's about an hour and 10 away from us. So it's annoying, but not the end of the world. And if it means that we can have a slightly more relaxing day tomorrow, then so be it. Of course, it's walked. We are just heading home now. It's like 8:30. I'm gonna get home and literally have to go to bed. Course looks really nice. I think it's a nice one for our first one, which is good choice. It's all flat as well, so which will work in our favour. And actually, they've done an amazing job on the ground, so I'm
I'm really pleased about that. We will just need to see what Louis thinks of the gravel. There's gravel. There's gravel at number 2, so I'm going to have to be on a game of in front of leg. But yeah. Over and out. See you guys tomorrow. It is 5:30. It is not even 5:30. It is 4:30 on a Saturday morning, and we are going eventing. We're off to Solihull today to do the BE90, which is the first BE. Well, actually, it's the first. Oh God, you can tell it's early in the morning. It is the first event we are doing since Louis' colic surgery. So I have butterflies in my tummy. But I went and walked the course last night and it was a really nice course. It's nice and flat place. They've done good stuff with the ground, jumping's on a surface. Dressage test is a really nice one. All I can do is go and put into action everything we've been practicing over the last few weeks. So that is what I'm going to do. It's not a competitive pressure filled one or anything like that. It is, can we replicate everything we've been doing over the training period? And then that takes the pressure off. The funny thing is, I think the bit I'm going to have to ride hardest at is the gravel at number 2. There's gravel before the fence. So I'm going to be like, no, we are going. He's going to be like, gravel! It's all good. Right, monkey boy in, eating feed. I need to uncover. Oh wow, that's a really dirty plait. Need to uncover the plaits. Sort out this tail. Lighting is not very good in here. Is it, darling? Can't even see you. So dark. We are all set and ready for dressage. Hi, Luca. Louis is very upset because the horse next door got taken away. But he's calmed down a little bit now. He's got hay everywhere. As we got the test sheet for this one, I will read through it. So our centre line, we got a 7 and straight, which is fabulous. HXF changed the rein, another 7. This ground wasn't, it was like every third step was a bit soft. FA working trot, an A half 20 metre circle right to X, another 7. And then X half 20 metre circle left to C, another 7. Between C and H, transition working canter left, we got another 7 and obedient. And then E, 20 metre circle left and working canter, we got a 6.5. The first half was a little large. Trying to read judges' comments. Between K and A, transition to working trot. 6.5, more balance. And then A, half 20 metre circle to X, another 7. And X, half 20 metre circle right to C, another 7. Between C and M, transition working canter right. We got a 7 and obedient again. 20 metre circle, I got another 6.5. Second half of circle, small. So I'm too big on the other rein and too small on this rein. Maybe I need to sort my accuracy of my circles out a little bit and then I'll get some more marks. Between F and A, transition to working trot, that was a 7.5. KE, medium walk, 6.5. They wanted more purpose. And then EBF, half 20 metre circle right, free walk on a long rein. I got a 7 for that and a relaxed stretch, which is really good because our free walks, well, our walk can
not always be the best. So FAD, medium walk, 6, sometimes tenths into medium, not really sure 100% what that says. D, working trot, with G, halt, salute. Losing straightness before X, against the hand and slow to establish halt. Yes, I was slow to establish halt. Attractive horse and some pleasing work shown, just needs a little more relaxation to increase the marks. So good overall. Back in the same place, done dressage, about to go for show jumping. Louis is all changed. Just going to pop his bridle on in a minute. I don't want to go over there too early. But we've got about half an hour, so I'm going to slowly pop his bridle on and get going. Our dressage was quite nice actually. It was quite soft in the arena, so there was a bit of balance lost. So we'll see what the score comes out as. But I'm not really that fussed today. It's just to complete and have a lovely day. I was actually super pleased with this show jump round. He was on springs in the warm-up, and the warm-up was like carnage. There were horses going everywhere. And actually the arena rode really nicely as well. Oh, a bit of slow to change leg there. But at least I did change leg, because every time I've not changed legs in one of these show jumping rounds, I have always had the next pole down. But as you can see, he's jumping them all really well. I felt like my canter was a lot better going round. I think I did get a little bit far away from that one, but beautifully jumped. There's one line that I wasn't pleased about, which was the next line. And it was on a little bit of a funny stride. So there was a bit of a half stride. And I came in beautifully, and then I should have decided whether to go or whether to not. But we wiggled and he put in a little short one, but absolutely fine. And then down the final line like an absolute trooper. Really, really pleased with that.
Well, clear at the last now, and safety home, Monsieur Cavallo Rocher and Isatis de Tiavo. Good jumping round for them. 5-year-old learned a lot.
The first win of the day was coming out of the start box and remembering to turn the cross-country watch on, because this was the first time I'd worn it. And I had to get Chrissy to set it up for me because I'd forgot it in the lorry to start with. But we got it, we put it on, I remembered to press start, and we were off.
Get on, I do it. Well, he is getting on and doing it. Clear of the combination now, 8, the Warwickshire horse box.
And straight over number 2 with the gravel. I may have sneakily shown him it from the warm-up arena.
Jumping phrases. Turning to the final 2 over the Avondale Rex hay feeder, and now just the up-and-coming log box finale.
This was quite a solid, sizable table. I came down here and I was like, oh my God, I feel a bit sick. And then you go through the hedge, and he really looked at this one. And then I had to really ride for the next one because I was a bit far off of it. But I think quite a lot of horses looked at that one, and I don't know why, because it wasn't particularly like garish or anything. Coming back out of the woods, he spooked at some people standing in the woods before that jump. And I thought I was going to miss the jump. And then he hesitated coming into the water, so we trotted through it. But this next arrowhead bullfinch was terrifying me when we walked the course, which is so silly. But Chrissy was like, gather him up, like get him show jumping canter and pop it. And he just goes over it so easily. And then bless her, she runs to the second half and catches me again. And by this time, he's still got a lot of running left, which is fabulous. So Mum also took a view. And this is actually really funny because you could see Chrissy filming running across the gaps in the hedge. But yeah, he listened to me really, really well here, and he was just fabulous. Jumped it for me. Chrissy, I checked my watch coming over the last, and I had 5 seconds, and I didn't know whether I was over 5 seconds or under 5 seconds to get through the finish. And then they didn't release the times for ages, but turns out bang on, optimum time.
We are done. We have the best pony in the whole wide world, and the best groom too. Best pony ever. He absolutely stormed around the cross country like an absolute trooper. I'm so proud of him. So proud. I may have had a little tear or two at the finish, just because it's a momentous occasion. I never thought I was going to be back to this, let alone a double clear. So very, very, very pleased. He's got his cool boots on. He's just had all his plaits taken out. He's been unstudded. He's been walked around. So he's going to just enjoy a little bit of grass. We are all back home. I'm going to unboot the bean. And then he can have a little nap in the stable. I'm waiting patiently. Waiting for him. Oh, you good boy, aren't you? He's cleaned out. Hey Piccolo and Lou Bear. Just popping them out in the field. We came fourth in the end. I am going to lose the horse. What are you doing? What are you doing? You silly beans? Just going to pop them out because they're going out overnight, and they can go out a bit earlier because he's been a very good boy, basically. And off they go into the sunset. Makes us a bit late to the party. But Louis absolutely smashed it and got a 4th. So really, really pleased with that. He got a 32.3 double clear, and I made the optimum time on the dot, which
That's brilliant.
yeah, really, really good. So I wore my cross-country watch that Mum got me for my birthday for the first time, because obviously my birthday was 2 days after Lou went into surgery. So wore that for the first time, and actually I think that really helped. It gave a bit of competitive, yeah. So all in all, a bloody good day. But we are knackered because 4 o'clock this morning makes for a very long day. But yeah, on to the next.